Hey, what's up? It's Reese, and welcome to Reese G on the Rail. It's the start of a new series that I am so excited about. It is our family and relationship series, and it's going to feature one of my favorite people ever, Dr. Janelle Perkins Muhammad, licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm excited.
Yes, I am too. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, so basically, what we're going to be doing is she's going to be answering your questions. So I'm going to need you to submit your anonymous questions to ReeseG.com. You'll find it on the screen. And in a future episode, Dr. Janelle is going to give you some basic insight. Now, if you need a full therapy session, you're going to have to call her and holler at her. But her information is on the website, ReeseG.com. But today, we have a few questions that we're going to kind of deal with as it pertains to family. And you're just going to kind of give us some insight on how to deal with some of these situations and scenarios, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. So the first one is basically, how do you tell a family member no?
Ooh, wow, yeah. So no, I believe, is a ministry, right?
Oh, a ministry?
A ministry. It falls under the ministry of helps. You know, when you go to church,
Okay.
you have those people who initially when you come in, they call them the ushers. They like to usher you to your seat.
Okay.
So no is a way of ushering people into helping themselves.
Okay, you got to explain that a little further for me.
So what happens is the minute you give them an opportunity to figure something out by telling them that they may know someone else who can help, you may know someone else who can help. It doesn't mean you always have to use the word no.
Oh, so there's an alternate way of saying, I can't help you, but I ain't going to say no.
Exactly.
Okay.
So basically, if someone's asking you for money, for example, you might say that does not necessarily fit into my budget at this time. You know who might be able to assist you?
I like that.
So you're ushering them into helping themselves.
Yeah, or finding somebody else to help them.
Finding someone else to help them.
I like that because I think if somebody was asking me family, I'd be like, look, I ain't got it right now. You know. And some of us would be like, I ain't got it right now. I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to ask.
Right.
But that's just a different way of saying it. But it's all about how you say things too, right?
Absolutely. Because it's not just about money. Sometimes it's will you keep the kids for me? You might need self-care of your own. You don't necessarily want to be keeping 2, 3, 1 of someone else's, right? So being able to say, I might not do that at this time, but you know who might be free on Friday night?
Okay.
So it's another way of helping people help themselves, which is why I say it falls under the ministry of helps. Because you also give them an opportunity to strengthen their own resiliency.
Okay.
So you don't have to keep coming back to you every time you turn around.
Okay, well, that's good because a lot of times you have a lot of people that have problems saying no. Like they just a yes person. They really don't want to do it, but they hate to not be able to be there for people, especially family, and they just hate to be looked at as not being helpful. So that's kind of a way to help people know how to say no without necessarily saying no.
Yeah, and then we have to get into understanding why you always have to say yes.
Okay.
Because sometimes that's a matter of wanting to be the hero.
That part.
Yes. So not necessarily something you can always get into in like the 35 seconds we have for, a question or two. But certainly those who want to seek therapy can understand themselves better by getting to a place where they recognize, why am I always saying yes? Why do I feel the need to do that? Who told me I had to say yes?
Yeah.
Am I the oldest in the family and therefore I'm responsible? Why are you responsible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know sometimes I feel bad when I have to say no to people. But I do also feel that it's important to be upfront with people and don't give people false expectations. Don't say, oh, I think I'm, get back to me or whatever. And then when they try to get back to you, you ignore their calls or try to run from them. That makes you look real shady. So I don't do that. I just rather be upfront. But I find other ways, like you said, alternative ways is just say, maybe not. I'll see what I can do or whatever.
Exactly. And then you keep the relationship whole.
That's it.
Right? So it's up to them as to whether or not they're going to be angry or upset about it. At the end of the day, you didn't say no necessarily. You also offered another opportunity for them to seek help elsewhere.
Yeah. And then also too, I might add is I saw something on Instagram the other day and it was like being able, and I'm summarizing it, but being able to be honest with people is the best way. Like if they can't accept you being honest, then there's something wrong in that relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they should be able to say, okay, well, I understand that you can't help me.
Yeah.
But if you can't be open and honest with a person in a relationship without it being any issues, then.
Well, and the other thing is that my boundaries are not a reflection of your character.
Oh.
They just happen to be my boundaries.
That's it.
Right? So it doesn't have anything to do with the individual that I'm saying no to. It's just that I had to set a boundary.
Okay.
So why be upset about that on either side?
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like that. So we got another question for you. Another family question. How do you work with family members who are always trying to put you in the middle of their conflicts? Ooh. Ooh, that's a sticky situation.
That can be tough. The easiest thing to do is to be quiet.
Yeah. Point blank, period.
Just be quiet.
Okay.
Listen. Just listen. Sometimes they just want to talk things through. So when they're saying that, oh, I need you to come in and fix this and tell somebody this, that, and the other, it's possible that they really just want to vent. Sometimes we put ourselves in the middle of conflict that doesn't exist for us. But you can't take on the stress and strain of someone else's challenges. And when they are doing that, there come the boundaries again, right? How do you then say, I appreciate that you guys are having some issues. Goodness, everybody does. I don't know that that's one I can help you with. What else can I do? Can I listen? And you don't have to get in the middle. You don't have to offer anything for one side or the other. You might have your judgments and opinions, but it's best if you keep them to yourself.
That's it. Just listen.
Just listen.
Yeah. Well, and then, I mean, at the same time, like you said, I don't think I want to get in the middle of this. I don't want to get involved. You know, so it's best that, you know, I stay out of it.
And you know how we are. We are the best nonverbal verbalists. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all you need.
You're right about that. Yeah. And then sometimes it's so sticky because sometimes it depends on who you allow yourself to listen to. Because just from you listening, next thing you know, your name could be in some of the inside the middle of the conflict when you know you ain't say a word.
That goes back to what you were saying a moment ago about being honest.
Yeah.
See, when you're honest and real with everybody in the family, then they know they can come to you and say, did you say? And oh, no, that's not what I said. And you know what? Let's pull Reese over here. And Reese, now come on. Straighten that out because you put my name in that and you know.
That's it.
But that's because you're authentic. When you're real and authentic, most people are going to come to you. When you messy.
Yeah.
Oh. So then ask yourself, if everybody's trying to always put you in the middle of the conflict, might you be messy?
And then, like, it goes back to what you said about character. If somebody says that, they're like, nah, that ain't her. That ain't like her.
Exactly.
So I know that's not true. I mean, I'm already engulfed in the conflict with this person as it is. But I know Dr. Janelle, she's not like that. So I can't really believe that she would do that because it goes back to character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, family situations. And we're going to move on with another family situation. How do you forgive family who wronged you and will not accept that they did?
Forgiveness is huge because forgiveness really isn't about the other family member. It's about you. It's a freeing up, giving you peace within your own soul, your own spirit, rather than allowing them to control you. Because the more you allow them to control you, the more it'll eat away at you. Now, not everybody's going to be able to accept the wrong that they've done. Sometimes it could be a mental health issue. They just cannot see it. There's no way you're going to get them to see it. So why spend your energy on that?
Yeah.
Spend your energy on the love. Appreciate the things you can appreciate and move forward. Because otherwise, you're going to be in constant battle, constant conflict, and it's going to eat away at you more so than it does them. Remember, they don't even know they did anything wrong, or they won't even accept
that part
that they've done anything
that
wrong.
Part.
Okay? So if they're not going to accept it and they don't even recognize it, you're spending your energy on it.
That's it.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, see, also part with that too is what I believe is, I believe in you forgive, like you said, for yourself. But just because I forgave you don't mean I got to be involved with you.
Oh,
especially if you're in a situation that you won't accept that you did wrong and you're not trying to learn from what you did wrong. Because that just tells me we're going to be going through a repeated cycle of the same mess over and over and over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
So even for me personally, in personal situations, I have forgiven because I know I need to free myself. However, I haven't forgotten, but I don't go around day to day dredging it around, but it's still there to know that, hey, I'm not going to allow you to do that to me again.
Right.
You know, I forgive you and I wish the best for you. I hope you can go on and be happy in life. And maybe one day you will come to the realization of what you did. And then you need to address it within yourself and also forgive yourself for committing that offense.
Absolutely. And then the other piece to that is the simple fact that if you don't forgive and you keep that thing trailing behind you, what you're going to find is that it's going to be soot in every relationship you have. So you're going to just leave constant residue everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Of that one situation, two situations. Every time I turn around, I run into you. Every time I turn around, I'm dealing with you, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let it go.
Yeah.
And move forward as quickly as you possibly can.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right. And I mean, it's as quickly as you possibly can is the thing, as you possibly can,
yes.
Because it takes people a while. As long as you're working on trying to forgive and move on, it's not going to be an instant thing for some people.
No,
it's
and
a
there's
process.
some situations that are very traumatic. So I mean, you think about child sexual abuse, right? So things like that can't be moved on from quickly. You absolutely are going to spend some time working through the trauma of that. And it may take some time to forgive. And if the person is still constantly in your life, it's going to become even more difficult.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Wow. Some deep family stuff we got today. But I want to touch on a little relationship stuff.
Okay.
I don't have the question with me today, but I did have a question that I posed to somebody that actually was posed to me. So I'm going to pose it to you.
Okay.
And it's, you're in a relationship now. Been in a relationship for, let's say, 5+ years. And you are going through some of your belongings and discover a piece of jewelry from a previous relationship that was given to you from your significant other. Now, obviously, it's been some time. You forgot you had it. You don't even wear it. But now your new mate realizes or sees it or whatever the case may be. And it's like, why do you still have this? Like, if you don't have no feelings for the person, the relationship is done and over with. What are you still doing with it? I think you need to get rid of it. But you may like the jewelry because it's something nice. So you like, I don't care about that person no more, but
this cute.
Yeah, this real cute. This real cute.
Not to mention expensive.
That's it. It's not no cheap stuff either. So I mean, like, what do you do in that situation? What is your advice to the person? Because I just think there's so many different scenarios you can go through with that.
Every relationship is different, so it really is going to depend greatly on the relationship. I mean, insecurities can be tough.
Yeah.
And what you're seeing is an insecurity popping forth in the relationship. I would have to say each person has to look at that for themselves and how much you value the current relationship.
That's it. That's the part right there. That's the part right there.
So if someone's saying to you, hey, this is a problem, then you definitely have to address it one way or another.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys go and pawn it and go on a vacation together.
That's it.
Know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do with it. I like the way the way you be looking at me. I want you to look at these people out here because you like, do what you got to do with it.
Yeah.
But it's true because, you got to look at it if you're in a great relationship and things are going well. Even though you may look at this as not a big deal, you don't want this non-issue to become a big issue and really kind of put a wedge in your relationship that is otherwise going well.
Yeah.
So,
and imagine if you're wearing that piece of jewelry or clothing and you happen to run into the individual anywhere in the city, right? And now they remember that they gave that to you.
Well, in some states, I don't know, in South Carolina, it's like with engagement rings. It's a law or something where you have to give it back if you don't get married.
Have to? Yeah. Or if they ask for it.
Well, that part. If they ask for it, then no, I wouldn't just voluntarily. No. It's if they ask for it back. For example, case with Jennifer Hudson and her former ex-fiance. I think they were engaged like 10 years or together for 10 years.
10 years engaged?
I think so. Something like that. 10 years either together.
Time, y'all.
Yeah, it is. Either 10 years together or 10 years engaged. I don't want to say it wrong, so don't quote me on it. But I know it was something in the headlines about a month or so ago where I think he put the ring up for auction. She gave it back. But because of the state, which could have been California, that they were engaged in, she had to give it back. And she probably willingly gave it back, knowing her. She really don't need it. But, it's...
The law is the law.
Yeah.
I mean, follow the law.
Yeah.
Do what it says. I mean, it's not worth it to fight someone over something like that. I think within the relationship, though, you really have to do what's necessary for the person you're in the relationship with. Yeah. And if you value it, then you make the adjustments that are required.
That's it. Because sometimes people look at it as giving in. I gave in, I really didn't want to give it up. But
well, you tit for tat.
Yeah, that ain't going to work.
You're already in that space, then it's about more than the piece of jewelry.
Boom.
I'm just saying.
Say it one more time.
If you're already in that space, it's about more than that piece of jewelry, clothing, whatever it was. Because if we're doing tit for tat,
Yeah.
we're looking for issues within the relationship. And I'll never forget, I had a client one time she said to me, oh, there were problems all over the place. I said, so you had all kinds of flags. She said, girl, I thought it was a carnival. A carnival? Get off the rides.
I tell you.
Stop eating the cotton candy.
I'm telling you.
Don't take any more popcorn. Stop.
Leave that phone cake alone.
Happening.
Yeah.
Life is too short to be
Mhm.
fighting with each other
Mhm.
over little things every day.
Yeah.
If you're anxious every day about being around someone because tit for tat, they're always finding small issues and problems, leave that alone.
Yeah.
Let it
Absolutely.
go. Go get happy.
That's it. That's it. Because like you said, life is too short.
It
So much
is.
other stuff going on around us
It is.
to be in a situation that, especially when you're at work all day and then you got to deal in your personal life in a situation that's just not ideal.
Mm-mm.
Who got time for that?
Mm-mm. Oh, who is that? Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that at all. At all.
Yeah, so I think it's so important to look at the relationship
Mhm.
and evaluate where you are, what you want as a whole
Yeah.
from the relationship,
Mhm.
and then how you want it to move forward. Because the way you started out, for the most part, is how you're going to end it. Whatever it took to get her or him is what it takes to keep the thing together. So if you start out fighting all the time, it's going to be hard to learn not to do that.
Okay. But just on the other end, like you said, if you have been very
Loving,
thank you,
doting,
that's it.
yes.
And you stop doing that,
Oh,
then
trouble on the horizon.
I tell you,
Yeah.
you're like, what happened? Wait a minute.
And it's different if, you've lost a job and then maybe your money gets a little different. So it's a little, a little funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got to grow through this process. That's
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
from,
absolutely.
I started out with giving you, $1,000 gifts every
Yeah.
week. And then suddenly you getting $10 dinners.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's yeah. But I mean, that's a part of the process, the good and the bad, right?
Mhm.
But then it could also just be just the physical side of things,
Mm-hmm.
hugging,
True.
holding hands,
True.
seeing each other and kissing each other before you
Intimacy.
wake up in the morning and before you go to bed, sleep
Yeah,
at night,
yeah.
those kind of things, and it kind of drifts away, and then it just is like, ooh.
Well, so people mistake intimacy for only being the physical touch, for only being in the bedroom. But intimacy is all about that cognitive, emotional, spiritual side before you even get to the bedroom.
That's it.
If you can be intimate in those three areas, the bedroom will be on and popping.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? We're going to end this right here. You know why? Because the next time we get together,
Yes.
we're going to get together and we're going to touch more on that because
Mhm.
you want to do a nice episode on intimacy
Yes.
in those regards.
Yep.
Not just the physical, but just like you said, everything else, the
Mhm.
emotional, the mental side of everything.
Mhm.
But, we're going to we're going to dig deep into it, right?
That's right.
And then you
That's
also
right.
have an event coming up.
I do. I have a couple of classes coming up, summer series.
Okay.
June 22nd, I believe it is. It's actually going to be on sex and intimacy.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Now, again, it's open to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be real. And I'm going to ask some questions of people that you'll be anonymously letting us know where you are and so forth, so that we make sure that we answer the questions you have. But it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'll put it that
That's
way.
it. But we're going to have an episode leading up to that,
That's right.
kind of talking about that so
Mhm.
people can get an idea of what
Oh,
to
yeah.
expect when they come out to the event.
Well, those who know me know what to expect.
Oh, yeah. But there's a lot of people that will be
Yeah.
watching it and don't know. So, yeah, you're just trying to help people out.
That's right.
Just trying to help them out.
Absolutely.
But that's, a part of a healthy relationship anyway.
It
So
really
it's
is.
important to address
It
any
really,
issues,
really
or even
is.
if it's not issues, just addressing how to enhance that part of your
And
relationship.
maintain.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And maintain.
Yeah.
Well, this was good. This was exciting. I enjoyed it. And I look
did
forward
too.
to us getting together for the next episode. Once again, submit your questions anonymously. We're not going to call your name out, just like I read the questions today. There's no names attached.
Mhm.
You'll know if it's your question that's being answered. But you can submit your questions by going to recg.com. Check the screen. It's going to be up there. And we'll have on the front page. You can click on and submit your questions. But you can also access Dr. Janelle's information about her background
Mhm.
and her qualifications, so you'll think she just ain't somebody just telling you something. She's
Mhm.
very qualified in her field. But also access her website where you can get information about the events that she has coming up. Okay, so until next time, peace and blessings to you.